education in California at the University of California, Irvine. And I've been painting and drawing since I was probably 4. And now I'm working a lot in the classical venue, the academic realist. I do painting in oils. I work in the Old Dutch Masters technique. I do a lot of oil. In the Old Dutch Masters technique, you basically do an underdrawing, and then you'll paint what they call a grisaille underpainting with a limited palette, and then on top of that I can put upwards of 40 layers of glazes using linseed or poppy seed or walnut seed oils. Here are some graphite drawings I'm doing. Just basically I'm in the mode right now of studying light and shadow here in an atelier I also teach here. In the process of trying to learn to paint well, I ended up going to the John Pence Gallery in San Francisco and visiting and seeing the work of realist painters there. And there was one painter, Jacob Collins, who's out of New York City. I saw a portrait of a man. It was a full body painting. And once I saw that painting in real life, I was really blown away in the sense of I could feel that man, that model, in that painting. I could sense the model thinking. And I looked around that gallery, and this was the best work in the world in that gallery. And I didn't see that same phenomenon in any of the other work. So I became quite excited and intrigued. So I found out that Jacob Collins' teacher was Ted Seth Jacobs in Belgium. And he's maybe a 90-year-old gentleman. And Ted has the most interesting viewpoint on how to see the world. And he sees it in terms of fractals and how cells divide. So there's a real mathematics behind this work. And I think Jacob Collins, what I was seeing in his portrait, in his painting, was he had removed himself out of the way, gone through all the work in a classical venue, been able to move himself out of the way, and his judgments, and just drew what he saw versus what he thought he saw. And that became unbelievably profound to me. So that's actually led me to study with one of Ted Seth Jacobs' students who's in Santa Fe, Tony Ryder. And so I took some time with Tony, and we actually had a model in front of us. And this particular drawing of Eunice is not done. I feel like I don't understand how to bring the true life of Eunice into the drawing. Unfortunately, I had 3 weeks to sit with Eunice and Tony Ryder, but then I took a photo, but the photo was defunct, so I'm basically working without any kind of photo out here in the Chicago area to try to finish her. The technique is there, but the life and also the mathematics behind how I've pinned or knitted together her outline with the relationships between the outline and the eyes and the nose and the mouth in her face, and the relationships between each of her eyes and the ears and the mouth. And there's all these cross-references you do. I don't have it nailed, and I see that in this work, but I keep pounding away at it. So I want to understand that when when the relationships are there and everything is knitted together well, there's beauty in that. There's a secret in the way that she put the head wrap on her. There's a way for me to illustrate that and draw that captures her ancestry, her connection with her past. And I don't know how to translate that, but I feel at least at this point, if I know it's there or I feel the presence of it, I'll find a way to do it. And I needed to get in touch with my grandfather. And so I went back to Kansas and visited the farm and got in touch with that. Every summer we spent out on my grandparents' farm. And it was a very life-changing trip for me in the sense of I found myself there. And I know that sounds cliche, but I opened myself up to my ancestors, and I felt them I just feel different and I feel more whole. I do. I feel like I have my grandfather's backbone now. And I feel stronger. I feel more focused, more centered. And as a result of all of that, I'm looking at the subject matter I've been drawing up through years and most recently. And now I'm questioning it. And I'm questioning what really matters in life, what matters to me. And it's probably not the fruit anymore. So I think this is a natural progression or growth. So I don't know where all this is going, but it's certainly a joy to be an artist. And through this process, relate to people, I think, in a deeper way. And for myself, try to glean more meaning out of life than I think I would have